want to take a second to talk to you about underdogs.
Eagles fans everywhere, this is for
Yeah.
you.
Fly Eagles, fly. You on the team. Touchdown, touchdown. Time to get Jalen this ring. You don't really want to start a thing. This a Bird Gang Nation, baby. It's a Philly thing. Hater, and you looking like you type trash. I'm just here calling on Philly, the podcast. And we can call a man dog or watch Miles score off the handoff. Rest of the division, your man soft. Jackson like Sean, hunting like Randall. Season here, early time to do them in. Your boy Philly Fresco. Thanks for tuning in.
What is going on, you guys? It's your boy Joe Castro, aka Philly Fresco, and it is Philly the podcast. So the Philadelphia Eagles have made another signing. The Philadelphia Eagles, you know this is their time. If you are a Philadelphia Eagles fan, and you've been an Eagles fan long enough to see what Howie and the boys do in the late part of the offseason, right? This is their time to shine. They don't like to go get those big names out there. They went and got Jaquiski, Tartt. I hope I'm saying that right. So it looks like there's no Clark. Looks like there's no, Jesse Bates. Looks like maybe, you never know. You never know. I'm not going to, never say never, but it looks like they did get a safety to at least compete. Jaquiski Tartt has played more than 80% of the snaps for the 49ers over the past, I think, 5 years, going back to 2017. So you do the math for me. I think that's 5 years. But either way, this is a vet. This is a veteran guy. I've been saying for a long time on this show, where is the veteran presence going to come from? We finally see it. This is a guy that can kind of coach, because he's played both. Obviously, he's played more free safety, if I'm not mistaken. Hold on, I just had him pulled up. Strong safety, excuse me. So he's played more of the strong side, but there are 2 seasons where he's kind of roamed. One season where he was more so of a free safety, or at least listed as a free safety. So he knows how to play out there. He knows how to play in space. He knows how to play up in the box. You want to get good players from good teams. The San Francisco 49ers are a very well coached defensive team, and they are a very good defensive team. So I'm happy about this. I'm excited about this. I don't think that there's anything to be upset about this. So we'll see how y'all feel. I want to get y'all opinion. But what's going on to Ryan Rowe in the building already? Drew Johnson in the building. Nina, I see you. Christ is King. I love that name. What's going on? Welcome, Jaquiski Tartt. Yeah, it's a good feeling. This was the one thing that we were worried about. We were worried about our safety room. And while I'm not going to sit here and say that we just went out there and got, the best safety in the league, and, now look out for the safety duo. But I will say this gives you a little bit more cushion, and it raises your floor. Right? Like, I would love to still see him, and this is no slight to Jaquiski Tartt, but I would love to see a Marcus Epps still beat him out. I would still love to see a Anthony Harris come into his second year under this system and shine and be able to beat him out. And I would love for this to be a meaningless signing, but this, at the very least, even if he isn't a good starter for you, this raises the floor. You know what I'm saying? So this at least makes your worst case scenario with that safety position a little bit better. So I'm excited about this one. I like this one. But who else we got in here? Nina said, what's going on? Nina chilling in here already. I know she happy. Richie MC, he did not have the best ending in San Fran versus LA. It is what it is. Where else we at? Who have I not said what up to? Adi B in the building. What's going on? East Coast Gridiron says, let's hear everyone who is an expert on Jaquiski Tartt now. Here he go. He's probably got the screen recording going. So weird for the community. I just don't like that, but it is what it is. No Clark Epps Bates, I guess. That's what it's looking like. We'll see what happens. Like I said, I think at worst, he can make your floor better, right? I was worried that Epps and Anthony Harris, at the very, very least, don't have many snaps under this system, don't have many quality seasons in the NFL, especially at Epps, right? Epps hasn't really played many full seasons as a starter. So it got me worried, right? At least Tartt, you can say he's went out there, he's played as a starter. Wherever you want to rank him is wherever you want to rank him. Our floor is definitely better than it was before. So we'll see what happens. Roland, what's going on? He says this signing is concerning if we need to pick up a 30-year-old safety. The younger guys must really not be ready. I don't really look at it like that. I look at it like you got we know how Howie likes to save his money. We know how Howie likes to save his assets. You were able to go out there and get a veteran safety who I'm not going to sit here and rank him. I'm not going to sit here and act like he's the best, player in the world. But I am going to sit here and say that he, like I said, raises your floor. I think at the very least, if a Marcus Epps beats them out, if Anthony Harris beats him out, if a Kayvon Wallace proves to be more valuable than a Tartt, then that's only good for the Eagles. But I feel like you have to raise at least the competition level, right? You want to bring up that intensity level and have these guys going against somebody that, hey, that guy has played snaps in the NFL, meaningful snaps in the NFL. So I think it raises at the very, very, very least, the intensity level. So I'm happy about this. I'm not too concerned. It's too early to get concerned. Troy Wade says Super Bowl. We'll see. We'll see. Hey, I hope so. I definitely hope so. His college was Samford University and Division II school. That's dope. That's what's up. Good for hey, that's what's up. Jaquiski. Jaquiski. I don't know. I gotta see what we do. I gotta really look up his name. I'm gonna look for his interview and then we'll go from there. I was concerned with the depth at safety, was worried if Epps went down. That's the thing too. At the very least, I really don't want to get too high on this guy, and I really don't want to get too low on this guy. At the very least, Eagles fans should know your floor got raised a little bit. Your safety room is a little bit better. I'm not gonna, like I said, I really can't. He is good though. He is good, and I'm not gonna say he's trash. To be on a team like the San Francisco 49ers, who have had a good defense for a while now. You can make the argument that it's mostly their defensive line or whatever you want to argue. But look, they've had a good team. So we'll see what happens, man. And I think that he was a big part of that. Like I said, playing over 80% of the snaps for the past like 5 years. So, hey, we ain't getting no scrub. That's all I got to say. Eagles fan, what's going on? I'm looking real spooky right now. Yeah, it's looking spooky. I'm telling you, NFL got to just check. I've seen so many random tweets. I've seen somebody shout out to who was it that put it up? Who was it that put it up? I feel bad that I'm gonna forget your name, man. I feel bad I'm gonna forget your name because it was on my Facebook too. But he put up that the Eagles were ranked by somebody as a top 5 defense. I would love that. I would absolutely love that. DM Drip, what's up, Joe? Any new people join the fantasy draft? Yeah, we got a couple people still sprinkling in. Still, a bunch of people telling me, give them a couple days and that they'll pay. I just don't want to let anybody in, so I'm trying to, be a little bit mindful of who we letting in. I want it to be competitive. Honestly, I don't know the kid. Yeah, we'll see what happens. Can he overcome this? What's that? Can I open that in a different? I don't know if I could open that without closing this. So I don't know if I'm gonna open it. What's going on, Angel? Yeah, go Birds. I'm liking this. Tartt was a free agent. He was. Turn up the volume. Is that better? Let me know if that's better. Let me know if that's better. GJ says I didn't see this coming. I mean, I thought something might happen. A Tartt wasn't really on my radar, obviously, because I thought they were trying to stay young at the position. But you got a good veteran. I'm happy about this. Shout out to everybody in the chat. We got 60 people in here, man. Be sure to hit that like, hit that subscribe. And let me know below, man. Let me know if you think this is a W or a L. Is this a win or is this a loss of a pickup? I'm going heavily on the side of a W. I really do like this pickup. That's really where I am. What's going on, James Smith? Our safety spot don't have to be perfect with our. So yeah, that's the thing too, and that's the whole thing that I've been trying to say is that having a guy like James Bradbury and Darius Slay that are 2 veterans in this game, know how to play their position and kind of know what they need behind them. That helps whoever you have at safety. You know what I'm saying? So I really do feel like this is a win-win. This really is a win-win. At the very, very worst, your young guys can beat out a veteran, right? Like that's the worst case scenario. We eat a couple $1 million in dead cap space because he got beat out by some rookies. I'm not mad at that. I am not mad at that. That would be a beautiful thing for the Eagles moving forward. And worst case scenario, depending if that's how you look at it, he's our starter and he's a good enough safety. He's a good safety. I don't even say good enough. He's a good safety. Irish Dragon says if Duke can stay healthy, he's a viable option. I agree with that 100%. I agree with that 100%. Jay Tartt is a solid safety who likes to lay the wood and plays physical. He played with James Bradbury at Samford University. He's a solid veteran and a upgrade over Anthony Harris. It'll be interesting. It would definitely be interesting. I was a little bit worried about this. I don't even want to say a little bit. I was very worried about this safety position. I think that I've said that on multiple occasions. I think I said that in interviews with different guys when I try to keep it professional. But this it's an obvious, it's an obvious cause for concern. So yeah, I'm gonna do more research on them later. You know what I'm saying? Probably watch some film. I'm home alone right now. You know what I mean? So I got the notification, and I was like, you know what? Let me hop on this. Let me hop on a live real quick and see how everybody feeling about this because I like this. What's going on, Eastside Monster? What's going on? Is he better than Anthony Harris? I mean, I think he, off of the little that I see, the little that I know already, I feel a little bit more comfortable. I'll say that. I'm not going to say that he's better. I'm not going to say he's worse, but I feel comfortable. What's going on, Rock the Artist? What's going on? How do I feel about the new word mark? First of all, what's going on, Yigo? How do I feel about the new word mark? Uh, I don't know. I feel like it was unnecessary. I really do. I feel like it was very unnecessary, and that's the only thing that kind of upsets me about it. But other than that, it was very simple, I guess. I don't know. It wasn't all that. It really wasn't. I'm trying to be nice about it, but it wasn't really all that good. But it is what it is. They wanted a new look. They wanted something simpler. I like simple looks, but I don't know. I liked what they had. So it's like if it was necessary, if we just hated our old, logo or our old word mark, then I would sit here and be like, whatever, it's cool. I like it. It's fine. But you fixed something that wasn't broke. Like, so I didn't really like it because of that. So I think that's a fair way of saying it. Who's hiding people? If you hiding people, I will just take everybody's. You know what I'm saying? Don't hide people. No hiding people. If y'all see people hiding people, let me know in the chat so I can either take away their wrench or whatever it is. But we got 72 people in here, man. We just signed Jaquiski Tartt for a 1-year deal. It is. I think this is exactly what the Eagles needed. This is exactly what the doctor ordered. The Philadelphia Eagles knew that they were strong at a lot of positions, and now they just basically solidified a position that we were all talking about. I think that Howie Roseman is listening to us YouTubers. I really do. I really do think that Howie Roseman has been listening to us lately. Yeah, it is what it is, James. It is what it is, man. Hold on. This dude just said East Coast Gridiron just said something about the changes. Yeah, I gotta read that first though. Big facts, Nina. This is a win-win. You can't. There's no losing in this situation. Like I said, at the it does. I can't even say at the worst or best because both situations I'm not really too mad at. Like if the guys that we have right now make it kind of unnecessary to have Jaquiski Tartt and he just sits on our I don't know how to say his name. I promise you by the next show, I will know how to say his name. I can guarantee you guys that. But if the guys that we have make it and we don't need this guy and it is what it is, he just sits on our bench for the whole year and just kind of mentors the young guys, that's a win. If he goes out there and starts for us and brings up the level of play that we otherwise would have had, then that's a win. Only thing that kind of worries me about this, if I am being a devil's advocate, right? If I'm looking for something to be upset about, I would say that the Eagles have a tendency to play contracts over talent, and that gets me nervous. His contract, I doubt, is going to be that much, right? You're waiting this long, and it's a 1-year deal, so I'm assuming probably around 5 at the most. I don't, I would kind of even be surprised if it's above that. But East Coast Gridiron says, for those that don't know, Nike tells the teams what the change as a part of the deal, usually due to printing and updating the team, not the Eagles' fault on this one. If that's true, then I'm not too upset with them. Again, it's the try. Like, would they make it then? You know what I'm saying? Do they make it? Like, would Nike people make it, or does Philadelphia Eagles team, are they at beholden to make it? I'm sure it's a really. Shout out to my girl if she's watching right now. She just texted me. I love you, boo. Appreciate you not calling. And she was like, I was about to call, but I saw you. I saw you live. I appreciate you. Yeah, so if you're watching right now, I'll say it again, babe. We just got Jaquiski Tartt. I don't know how to say his name yet. I will learn how to say his name. Safety out of San Francisco. Look, the couple hits that we do have, right? I'll give you just numbers just for those guys that love to throw him out. He has started 64 games already. Like I said, played over 80% of the snaps for the defense for San Francisco since 2017. So he's been at least a big part of that, at least a part of that. I don't want to jump off of a bridge here, but the kids got some talent. The kids got some talent. I'm not too mad at this. Only 4 interceptions over his career so far. Let me see what he's looking at with fumbles and stuff. Only 2 fumble recoveries, 2 forced ones over his career, only 4 sacks. Numbers don't tell the full story, but his numbers don't pop out at me. You know what I'm saying? Trying to see deflect, pass defender. There we go. 18 over his career. I mean, so his numbers don't really pop out at me. It'll be interesting to see him on the field. We got 100 people in the chat. Be sure to hit that like, hit that subscribe, join the family. We are on the road to 4K. We would love for you guys to join that ride, man. Let's see what else we got here. I started reading. I think you play Epps at free safety and Tartt as strong, and it's a better tandem than Harris and Epps. Well, if that's where, like I said, that's basically where he kind of grit his teeth. You could say, you know what I'm saying. That's where he was making his stones. Was as strong safety, so that makes sense. You know what I'm saying? And then you still get to see what Epps becomes, and then you can. Who knows? Maybe Anthony Harris becomes he becomes your Swiss Army knife. You remember 2017 when we had that third safety, and even into 2018, it kind of bled into that. We try to keep doing it, but we kind of went away from that because we haven't really had 3 safeties that we really trusted. So this will be interesting to see if this is the guy that kind of glues that. Maybe that's what he's here to be too. You know what I'm saying? Or maybe push one of those other guys to that. Maybe they're looking to go back to that. Maybe they're looking to go back to that scheme where they had those 3 safeties on the field. So that could be interesting. Roland said the only thing I know about Tartt is the horse collar tackle he did on Quez last season. Yeah, he's gonna have to talk to him about that. They're gonna have to work that out. Who will be our starting safeties? Angel, I like what my man just said. To be honest, I like I said before, I think that if he takes Anthony Harris's spot, that'll be interesting because obviously they're both here on a 1-year deal. So I wouldn't be surprised to see them both on the field, but it's going to be very interesting. This camp is going to get very, very fun to watch. You know what I'm saying? Like we all were looking at the safety position, but I think we were all looking at the top 2-3 guys and being like, who are these guys that are going to really step up and kind of hoping. But now with Jaquiski Tartt here, it's one of those things like who's going to stay, who's going to actually start. So it's a good problem to have. Well, I ain't gonna read that. Everybody calm down. Let's not wild out in the chat, y'all. Let's not wild out in the chat. It's a happy day. What's going on, Ryan, bro? What's going on, my guy? What's going on? I don't know if I said hi to you. I didn't see you, though. Paul Mancini says, I heard owner Jeffrey Lurie is changing the name to Philadelphia Pigeons with Swoop released as mascot and replaced as Pooper. This guy. Paul, you're better than that. Paul, you're better than that. You're better than that, Paul. But no, I mean, look, I had the old Swoop on here, actually. I had the former Swoop on here, so they better not change that. What's going on, Big Play Slay? I see you. What's going on? More competition. Exactly. And that's all you can ask for. That's all you can ask for, Azar. That's all you can ask for. All you want to ask for is for a competition. We were told, we were fed a dream last year from our head coach that there was going to be competition, that people weren't just going to walk on the field and have a job. So this is playing into that. A lot of things that we saw last year played into that, right? So this is continuing the trend. So I like that. Let's keep this going. Yeah, it's clean but boring. Yeah, it is clean and boring. I like clean and boring. I'm not gonna lie. I like just like simple stuff. My thing is, it just didn't need to be changed. It just did not need to be changed. What's going on, Texas Eagle? What's going on, brother? He was teammates with James Bradbury in college, so that's nice to have some continuity going on. I'm just kind of going all over with these comments. I'm not gonna lie, but if it keeps Rager here in Philly, then I'm good. Rager would be a part of a trade piece for Chuck Clark. You want Rager out here? I don't want Rager in here. I thought it was funny when Philly. Come on, Charlotte. Ah, man, you better than that. No, not the pigeons, bro. I hear that enough from Cowboy fans and everybody in my real. Like, I ain't trying to hear that all year. We need some West Coast wag, some West Coast wag, no, some West Coast swag. I mean, I like what we are. We're in Philly. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. We're a Philadelphia team. And I like what West Coast dudes do with it. Like, you know what I'm saying? Don't get me wrong. Like, shout out to Birdman. Shout out to Philly Foothills. Shout out to everybody on the West Coast. I'm sure I'm forgetting people, but shout out to everybody on the West Coast that be holding it down because they definitely hold it down. But, you know, Philly's Philly. Philly's Philly. Are they not going to give Epps a shot? I think he still has a shot. I think that Epps, look, I think that if nobody's gonna walk into this. I really do truly believe that maybe I'm a Nick Sirianni apologist. Maybe I'm a Nick Sirianni just fan at this point. I really do believe that the man is being honest when he says that these guys are going to compete. And I think that if Marcus Epps goes out there in the preseason and in training camp and shows this coaching staff that he belongs on that field, and how he's going to be on that field, I really don't see a reason why he wouldn't be. This is nothing bad about that. We can guess and we can think about what might be going on, but realistically on the surface there's nothing wrong with this. There's no drama behind this. There's no, oh, this guy's getting slighted. Everybody has to fight for their position, and I think that they know that. We've talked about Jalen Hurts to an end. He's not the only person, and that's where I've been trying to get to in the past couple shows, you know, having these guests on and everything, and kind of trying to talk to them about who's the other guys that we need to talk about, because we always talk about Jalen Hurts. We always talk about this offense, but I think this defense is something we have to watch. I've been saying this since last year. So Randall the Handle says huge pickup. And also Tartt play with, everybody knows that. Is that like a tweet that just went out or something? Does everybody just know that off the top of their head? Richie says more competition. Okay, Rager, Quez, and Pascal should have fair competition in training camp, and Rager will win. We'll see, Richie. We shall see. That's a bold statement. I'm gonna remember you said that now. Anthony Harris and Tartt are the safeties to start. I like Epps, but he's a depth spot. Possibly. We'll see what happens. I really don't know. I really don't know. If you go by the letters next to their name, right? You know, like I said, Jaquiski Tartt seemed to have played more safety than free safety. I'm sure he's equipped at both and ept at both, or ept at both. Inept would mean that he has no idea what he's doing, right? But I'm sure he knows what he's doing at both. But I don't know. I don't think that we need to know, too. I think that's a beautiful thing. And I'm not sitting here saying, let's not argue about it. Don't argue. But I'm not saying let's have a healthy debate about it. Let's not say what our opinions are. But I don't think it matters. I think that we should be happy as Eagles fans that there's actually going to be some competition out there. So I don't know, man. We got 90 people in here. Be sure to hit that like if you're excited to get Tartt in Philadelphia. If you're excited about this Philadelphia Eagles team, I know I am. I am very excited about this team. What's going on, Joseph Tice? What's going on? Epps is the next Jordan Poyer. I would not be surprised. Jordan Poyer, man. I bring him up all the time. You know, I really do bring him up all the time. I really hope not, though. You and Big Game James, me and James are gonna actually do it tomorrow. So I have a wedding I have to go to on Sunday with my girl. So I'm gonna be gone from like Saturday night till Sunday. So I'm glad I actually got on here because I might not be able to get back on till Sunday or till after Sunday. So, anyways, but me and him are gonna do it tomorrow at 11:30. So let Philly be Philly and complete. Yeah, that's all we got to do. What I missed, Joseph, we just got ourselves a veteran safety. I was going to say tight end. And talking about tight end, did you guys know Jordan Matthews was a tight end? Did I miss that? Did I absolutely miss that? I must have missed that. I was watching somebody that I like, as I forget what I think he's a 49ers content creator, and he was going over Jordan Matthews' switch to tight end. I had no idea. Your daughter's wedding's tomorrow? Is it in Orlando? Because that's where my maybe I'm going to imagine it was your daughter's wedding. That would be the craziest thing in the world. Epps about a year or two from being a good player as I don't know what Epps is going to be. I think people are really high on Epps, and I'm glad they are. I like Epps. I think he's a good player. But people are really, really high on this dude. I don't know why. I don't know what he's done yet. No, in New York. I got family out in New York. But congratulations. Yeah, congratulations. Congratulations. I kept your comment up here for the longest time, Big Play Slay. Well, go subscribe to Big Play Slay. I just gave him a bunch of promotion. In case you don't see, I don't see you. Happy Father's Day. And yeah, he switched. Yeah, I didn't realize that. I'd be late on stuff. I probably knew it, and then when I saw it, I was like, wait, what? I didn't realize. I didn't remember. But yeah, Happy Father's Day to everybody out there. I am not a father yet. We'll see what happens in a couple years. Then we'll see what happens. But either way, Happy Father's Day to everybody out there. It's gonna be a beautiful day. It's gonna be weird being at this wedding. My father passed away when I was younger. It was like 5-6 years ago now, so younger, obviously. And it's tough, but I think that it's one of those things, man. If you have a living, father, living person that was a father figure to you, it's always good to give back, show love, show appreciation. You know what I'm saying? Because there's always someone that wish they could. So just enjoy y'all days with y'all fathers, man. No kid says pop pop. Yeah, I used to say pops. You know what I'm saying? Do you think they can honestly have an offense complement the defense? I do. I do. I do. I mean, you look, we all, we all talk about what Jalen Hurts needs to do, but realistically, if Jalen Hurts is as good as all of us want him to be, he'll be a freaking superstar, right? So all we really need him to be is a good game manager. We need him to be able to hold on to, and a lot of what he did last year, if we're being honest. Last year, he was able to hold on to the ball. He didn't really give up costly, interceptions that much. He didn't give up a bunch of interceptions. He didn't give up a bunch of fumbles, so he protected the football to a certain extent. There were plays, obviously, that he wishes he could get back that, turned into interceptions. But he wasn't wildly, inaccurate when it came to that. And he wasn't wildly, loose with the football. So as long as he can repeat that and maybe take a marginal step and just keep this and let the weapons around you do their work, you have a AJ Brown that, he's not a guy that you have to give him 5 seconds to get open. He's just a guy that you just get the ball in his hands, right? Quez Watkins, you can say the same thing. Devontae Smith, you can say the same thing. Dallas Goedert, you can say the same thing. And then you back that up with a top 5 running game. In my opinion, you're not going to fall off that much unless you just refuse to do it. So I think they can. Will it look like we all maybe want it to look? Maybe not, but I definitely think they can. Scoob Doo, what's going on, bro? What's going on? I see you. Our biggest problem is stringing together consecutive cohesive wins. I agree. And that's an offensive and defensive thing. Look, last year, we got smacked against good teams. Like I had Brandon Godwin on yesterday during the day, and he said it perfectly. Like our defense got smacked against really good quarterbacks, but we took care of the bad quarter. We won the games we were supposed to win. So you have to have that as a stepping stone. It is what it is. We got to hope that we can defensively stop some of these good quarterbacks. And that's really what it comes down to. And it does come down to the offense playing their role, even if it's just playing keep away. You know what I'm saying? Even if it's a 21-17 game, but you played keep away long enough and our defense wasn't out there getting murdered by these offenses. You know what I'm saying? So Tartt is solid safety. I'm glad we got him. I definitely am too. Yes, sir. Yes, man. Let him know, Nina. Let him know. Hit that like. Marcus Epps is outside shooting from playing inside. He's a physical guy. I mean, I really like what Marcus Epps brings to this team. I really do. I don't want to sound like a hater. You know what I'm saying? I don't think I am, but is the new safety any good? He's decent. He's pretty good. He's a veteran. He's played in this league a long time. He's played some meaningful snaps. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to sit here and say he's the best. He is what he is. This is a shot in the dark. We're all scorned as Eagles fans because we dealt with this with the, you look at Nate Gary. Well, Nate Gary wasn't a 1-year deal, right? But Eric Wilson, you look at Anthony Harris, even though we brought him back, and maybe you start looking at it and just be like, oh, this is getting a little bit nerve-wracking. Now, this is a good fact. This is a good point right here. David. We do not really face anybody. Don't we play the Packers? I got to pull up the actual schedule real quick because I don't want to just start saying stuff and you ain't even playing them. All right, so we play I mean, would you consider Kyler elite? I don't know. Dak Prescott, would you consider him elite? I don't know. Those are like right outside of top 10 guys for me. Packers, obviously, Aaron Rodgers is elite. Titans, I don't know if I'm really calling Tannehill elite. Yeah, I mean, we don't really play any crazy good quarterbacks. So, yeah, I mean, that's a fair assumption. That's a fair assumption. I agree. A-Rod is definitely elite. Our hardest game is Green Bay. Kyler not elite. Green Bay is definitely on paper right now, and even them, you could say that they've gotten weak, right? They've gotten weak. Bad calls. Defensively, I would say I liked what the offense was doing. I really did. There were obviously in the first couple weeks where we kind of just didn't want to run the ball. There was a lot of bad calls because it's like just run the damn ball. But at the same time, I don't know. I like once we got into our swing of things, I really liked how creative Nick Sirianni was. What is our hardest game then? What is our hardest game? If it's not Green Bay. I just need Hurts to read the defense better. I agree with you there. Big Play Slay says, personally feel like people underrate Hurts' arm talent. They misunderstand his arm can throw it deep well. He just misses his shots a lot, and there's an inconsistency with his deep accuracy. I think it's just he doesn't read it quick enough. You got to start, he has to start throwing it to where people are going to be instead of where they are. And that will cover a lot of the mistakes that he's had. So I agree with what you're saying. Shout out to Angel for the $5 super chat. He said, what will the strength of our team be this year, offense or defense? I'm feeling like defense right now, if I'm being 100% honest, but the offense looks so good too. I'm going to say offense right now, simply because of coaching. I have more faith in a Nick Sirianni. I have more faith in a Shane Steichen than I have in a Jonathan Gannon right now. Jonathan Gannon just didn't show me anything last year. I know that we've gotten substantially better on paper on the defensive side, but I just, until I see it, that's where I'm at. Until I see it, then I'll believe it. When I see him go out there and use these guys properly, then my answer will change. But as of right now, I have to say our offense. I just think we know what we're going to get out of them. You know what I'm saying? So I appreciate that super chat, brother. I appreciate that, Angel. I was hoping we played Tampa. I would have bought tickets. Yeah, I would have definitely went to the Tampa game if it was out here, but of course we don't. You think the Vikings are our hardest game? I don't know. I can't really get behind that. I don't think the Steelers are not harder. They don't even have a quarterback. Yeah, no, I think Packers are easily outside of the division. I think that's our hardest game. And is it away or home? It's at home. So, I mean, Vikings, you can make the argument just because it's a night game, but it's our home opener. Like, I don't know. There's a lot in our favor on that one. Vikings offense is definitely top notch. They definitely got a good offense. I mean, that's really all that it takes is that he's the best quarterback we're playing and probably the best team. The Vikings, what were the Vikings' record last year? Did the Vikings even make the playoffs last year? They were 8-9. They were 8-9 last year. Right? Well, I'm supposed to be afraid of the Vikings? Yeah, I don't know. Cousins is a good quarterback. I don't know if I'd put really in front of it. I'll say that. Cousins is definitely a good quarterback. I don't know if I'm putting really in front of it. Oh yeah, I definitely agree with that. Right, Dallas. Our in division games are always going to be our toughest games. It is what it is. Nina says that because Gannon still scares me with all this talent around. I agree. I agree with you 100%. I agree with you 100%. Vikings harder than Green Bay. I just don't see it. We'll see what happens, I guess. Maybe I'll be wrong, but I just don't see it. I think we're going to whoop. I think we start this year off 2-0. I definitely do. But I am about to get out of here. I just wanted to break the news that, well, not break the news, but I just wanted to talk about the news that we got Jaquiski Tartt, and I promise you I'm going to still work on his name. But tomorrow, instead of Sunday, for you guys that do watch Best of Enemies with me and Big Game James on Sundays, we're going to be doing it tomorrow. So we're going to drop our top 15 quarterbacks. So that'll be good because we can look at the schedule and we can look at how many quarterbacks are in that top 15 list for me and who's actually elite. But we'll see what happens. You guys let me know. Continue to let me know in the comments, man. Be sure to hit that like, hit that subscribe, join the family, help me out as much as you can. Other than that, man, y'all know what it is. It is Fly Eagles Fly, and we are out here. Peace!